Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Alice and I do videos on how to build your perfect, curated, elegant wardrobe, but in a more realistic and sustainable way. Now in today's video we are going to discuss how we can still wear colors that we love, but that do not suit us or do not fit our color palette. Now, if you're here, you probably know color theory, and I do agree that there are some colors that suit us and some colors that really make us look like a corpse. But I also don't think that you have to just completely avoid colors that don't suit you, especially if you love them. I just think that you need to find some tips and tricks on how to wear them anyway without looking like a corpse. So this is all we are going to talk about today, and the most important tips will be given to the end, so you have to stick with me until the very end if you want to know it. Now, without further rambling, let's get into it. Now, if you want to understand how to still use these colors, we first need to understand when and how they make us look bad. And this is primarily in two situations. So first of all, when the color is too close to our neck and face. This actually gives us a lot of leeway because that means that we can basically wear that color everywhere else. So the easiest way is to wear it on your bottom, so anything like pants, skirts, shirts, they don't really count because they're not so close to your face. Similarly, you also have a lot of choice when it comes to accessories. Of course, maybe avoid scarves and hats because again, they're really close to your face, but anything else like gloves, shoes, bags, it works perfectly. In my case, for example, I really love beige, but it's not in my color palette whatsoever. Like I really look like a corpse when I use it. So what I do a lot of times is I wear a black outfit, which is my power color, and then I wear it with beige shoes and beige bag, and it just looks so refined. When it comes to tops, this becomes slightly more complicated because obviously they are closer to our face, but we still have some room to play. So first of all, if you choose a neckline that is not too close to your neck, then it will still work rather fine. So for example, maybe avoid a turtleneck or a crew neck, but if you have a V-neck, especially if it is a deep one, or if you have even a boat neck, for example, any other neckline that is not really attached to your neck, this will also work very well. But what do we do when we have a crew neck in an unflattering color that we don't want to get rid of because we really love it? That's actually easier than people think. You just need to basically create a break between the jumper or whatever in an unflattering color and your neck and face. The easiest way to do that is using a scarf. Now, I would always recommend to have at least one silk scarf in a color that truly flatters you because it will solve so many of these situations. I say silk because it's quite lightweight, so you can wear it all year round, as opposed to a wool scarf that you would only use in winter. Also, it is a lot more luxurious and breathable than a synthetic scarf, and the good news here is that you have so many second-hand vintage silk scarves that are absolutely beautiful, and believe me, they will cost you less than 10 euros. A second way, and this is something that I shared on my Instagram, which is your call to follow me there, is to wear a shirt underneath in a colors that really suit you, obviously, and to button it up to the very end. And that's because if you do that, that creates a continuous line in a color that suits you. And this also again becomes an interesting style element because the majority of people wouldn't necessarily button up their shirts up to the very end. So that also becomes, again, not only practical, but also stylish. And the final way is to use necklaces. Now, this is slightly more complicated because the necklace needs to be big enough to create a break, or you need to have a stack, but then again, the stack needs to create a break. So something like this, for example, is simply not enough. And even if you layer a few of these necklaces at different heights, again, this is not going to be enough. The second case in which these colors look bad on us is when they occupy too much space on our body and or they become the most visible part of our outfit. And that's because we're putting the accent on something that does not flatter us rather than putting it on something that does flatter us. Now, let's take the example of a dress with a very deep neckline. Now this is not very close to our neck and face, so it should be fine. The problem though is that a dress is very big. It occupies a lot of space in our body. This, however, gives us already an indication on how we can fix the problem, which is simply by breaking down the color and by pairing it and partially covering it with other items in a color that actually suit us. So let's make a practical example. Let's take a look at these two pictures. I am wearing the same baby blue jumper. Now I have a dark color palette, which means that any light color is not really my color. And you can see that in the picture on the left, I actually look so much worse, and that's simply because I am pairing my light jumper with all other light colors. So I'm creating an entire outfit in colors that do not suit me. The one on the right and on the other side, it looks so much better, and that's because I'm pairing the same jumper, but this time with colors that actually suit me, and this creates a much more harmonious composition. However, this also kind of gives us an indication of what to avoid when we are buying. So I would say to be careful in buying too big and too bulky items in colors that do not work for you. So for example, maxi dresses can be tricky, especially if it's a summer dress, because you're not going to cover it as much. Definitely maxi scarves, because then you have the combination of both is very bulky and very close to your face. And definitely avoid coats in unflattering color, because a coat is an overlayer. So by definition is what covers everything else. It's very difficult to cover it. It's very difficult to layer it in a way that still will work good on you. Another quick and maybe silly advice, but I think they are underestimated, is first of all to wear these colors in situations in which you don't necessarily care to look at your best. So in my case, for example, that situation is sleepwear. I don't particularly care to look at my absolute best when I'm sleeping. So pajamas is where I get berserk and I really just have fun with the colors and wear whatever colors I love, because I don't care as much that it's not flattering. Another similar advice is to basically wear these colors around your house. And I think this is a very great and fun way to still enjoy the colors that you love without having to wear them and to look like a corpse. And arguably, you are probably going to see them more if you have them around the house rather than if you have them on you, because you're not going to spend all the time in front of the mirror, are you? And as promised, I left my most important piece of advice as last. Now, I am a firm believer that you look your best when you feel your best. Which means that if there is a color that you absolutely love and that you love wearing, that makes you feel amazing, just wear it. All these tips and tricks are fun ways in which we can really have fun with our style and find a creative way to still wear colors that maybe are not the most flattering for us, especially when they make us feel a little bit self-conscious. But these should be ways to enhance our style, not to reduce it. So if you just want to wear a dress in a color that doesn't suit you and you're not bothered to add like layers of fabric or jewelry on top of it, just do it. Who cares? Just do it. The importance is that you felt good in it, not what everyone else says. And this might sound absolutely banal, but this is not, because all of this area, they are presented in such a rigid way, in such a black and white way, in which you have to wear certain colors, you cannot wear other colors. And I see so many people, and I did the same mistake myself, as you can see from how passionate I am about that really get stuck in this idea that to be elegant, they only have to wear colors and flatter us. And a lot of time you end up wearing colors, forcing yourself to wear colors that you don't like, and not wearing colors that you actually like. And this is, for me, doesn't make a lot of sense. That's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and maybe subscribing to my channel. This would really, really help me. And until next time, stay safe and bye.